Welcome to the AlphaCars Service Center. Today we're talking about rust preventative treatments and rust mitigation, which is more of what's happening on this FJ Cruiser. This is a 2007. The vehicle owner recently bought it, and they brought it right to AlphaCars, knowing how we specialize in these vehicles particularly, and how we specialize in the rust protection and mitigation. So what we found on this vehicle, we found some considerable surface rust in areas. We found some previous repairs. We can see up here there's some boxed sections. These areas commonly rust out. The water and dirt collects in that sort of arch, that corner where this brace connects, and then it rots out. So this has had the previous repair there, which is a good thing. Overall, for the age of this FJ, it does look pretty good underneath. But part of that is because it's had previous rust preventative treatments. You can actually see the overspray on the heat shields there. And especially back here, you can see the unibody is all sprayed with some sort of rubberized coating. And if I move the light, you can see the bare silver color of the unibody above that canister there. And we've been stripping this back, getting to the good metal to then use rust converter to neutralize any remaining surface rust in the metal. But you can see this previous coating that was applied, and it's not tacky. This is like a rubberized coating, which is what you don't want. This traps the moisture. You can see all this bubbling rust that we're finding underneath. And unfortunately, this was sprayed on here. Did it help a little bit in preventing rust? Maybe. It also hid a lot of things, and it was applied very thick to hide a lot of things before this current owner bought the FJ Cruiser. So in this video, we're going to be following this project. We're in the initial preparation stage, which is stripping back as much of this coating as we can reasonably get to. You can also see some of the fun tools that we get to use, and we'll cut to a clip right now of our technician working in this area. We're going to be finishing this vehicle off with a Waxoyl coating, which is a wax-based coating. It's in the name, and it does an excellent job of soaking into any remaining rust, preventing new rust, really creeping and seeping into all the little nooks and crannies. We're also going to be doing it in the enclosed areas. And especially on a vehicle like this, it's definitely worth the investment to neutralize and remove any current rust, repair it, and get the proper treatment on there. These FJs are becoming more and more valuable, especially this one with that black sort of cherry color, I believe it's called. I think it's like black cherry pearl. And like I said, these trucks have a huge following. They're very collectible now. Of course, Toyota, doesn't make them anymore. They had a limited run. And this owner loves the vehicle they've just purchased, so they've decided to go through and really prep the underbody and protect it for the life of the vehicle. It's another day in the shop. The technician is making excellent progress. We can remember in the last section of the video what this looked like back here. Now it's looking a lot more sort of factory fresh. The technician has applied the rust converter to neutralize any of the leftover surface rust, and then he's dusted in a little bit of sort of flat black color to match the factory color. Of course, this is still very much a work in progress, but I just want to show the immediate difference, because while the Waxoyl, you can spray that right over bare metal and rust, and that'll still do an excellent job at protecting the surface and not allowing new rust to start. We just wanted to go the extra mile, actually sort of refinish the surface back to what it should be, and then we'll do the Waxoyl over this. So this is what it's looking like back here. I do want to mention, when we evaluated this vehicle, we immediately knew it had some previous paint work. The paint work on the body panels, the texture, it's pretty good. They did a pretty good job, but you can see the overspray. There's some of the factory color and clear coat, like on the body mount right here in the frame. So that is sort of an interesting discovery. And then up here, we're just kind of in the initial stages of cleaning and applying the rust converter to like the front control arms and the front suspension, kind of prepping this for the Waxoyl. It's an exciting day. We're doing the Waxoyl application. We've got the isolated area using the plastic and the fan to get the fumes out of here. And check this out, the technician is applying the product. And of course, we made sure to remove the skid plates on the front, done a ultra thorough masking job of the exhaust and the engine, powertrain components, same thing with the braking components up there. And now it is getting the ultra thorough application of the black Waxoyl. Customer wanted to go with the black color. This vehicle had, as we learned, some of that previous sort of rubberized coating on it, so we wanted everything to kind of blend together with a little bit of remnants of that. But now let's enjoy just a little footage of the technician applying the coating. And now, just before we take care of the remaining enclosed areas, let's do the quick inspection of the underbody now that it's all done. We can see the skid plates are back on. They've got the Waxoyl coating on the outside as well as the inside. Our technician rotated all the drive shafts as we were talking about, so now those have full coverage. But check this out, even the boots are nice and clean, and the clamps on there are clean. So it's definitely a precise application, as we like to do here. And the technician has also done the enclosed areas of the underbody. So if we check out the rocker panel here and the pinch weld seam, we can actually see, you can see some of the clear Waxoyl product starting to seep through. And taking a look on this side, you can see that product starting to seep down through. So this whole interior rocker panel, which is really where a lot of the bad rust will start because the moisture gets in there and works its way out, that has the full Waxoyl clear coating in there, as well as like the interior of the front subframe here. You can see some of the evidence of application there in that frame rail. So ultra thorough job done by our technician. And you can see the exhaust is perfectly clean now that all the masking is removed. So there's gonna be no stinky stuff burning off or messy application. And yeah, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna lower the FJ Cruiser, because I'll show you, we got some of the enclosed areas in the doors, but we also need to do even the enclosed areas of the hood and the tailgate. And now with the wheels back on, the FJ is lowered. Technician is applying the clear Waxoyl in the enclosed areas of the hood. And he's got the special applicator there, the long tube, and the tip of that sprays it in a 360-degree pattern. It fogs the product. And every single one of these access points, he's gonna feed it in there and spray it as he pulls it out. So then that will fog the whole inside of the hood skin and seep into all of the interior sheet metal seams. And those are a lot of times where the rust will start and work its way out. And now that the inside of the hood is protected, the technician is even feeding that tube into the core support, getting the inside of the core support. He just did the inside of the sort of unibody fender structure there. He's gonna get this side next, because you can see there's all of these access points to get the tube in there and get the product fogged into those areas. And being this thorough, the vehicle will definitely thank you a long time down the road when it's in really nice shape and it's been protected. In particular, this vehicle is actually from Maine, so the owner wanted to go all the way with the protection, as they're going to be using it in the Maine winters, and this will keep it in really astonishing condition compared to if the vehicle had no protection, and instead of the Waxoyl product, it's the salty water that's occupying all of these areas. So now we're at one of the front doors, and the technician's spraying and feeding the tube through the edge of the door skin there. We removed one of the plugs. Of course, any plugs there might be, we're gonna remove, but for a lot of doors, it's only the bottom weep holes for the moisture, which is what he's doing right now. So there's usually 2 or 3 of these in the bottom of the door skins. And these are really important to get because inside of these in the bottom, this is where all of the salty water, moisture, dirt, all that accumulates at the bottom. And that's when you start to see the bubbling rust down here. It's coming usually from the inside. So getting a treatment like this on the inside of your door skin, it will really prevent that from happening if you get it in there early enough in the vehicle's life, or just when the vehicle is in the good rust-free condition. And if there's already rust, well, a treatment like this will certainly slow it down. So now we're at the cargo door at the back of the FJ. And once again, you can actually hear the spraying all the way up in here, which is what you want. And there's 2 other access points in the bottom, which the technician is gonna get. And now going that extra mile, doing a light mist of the clear Waxoyl in the hinge area. These hinges are actually in really nice shape back here, and this will keep them that way. And now to wrap up this video, the FJ is all done. The vehicle owner is so excited to come pick it up, and we did just touch up and apply the Waxoyl in the areas where the lift arms were. So if you're looking to have this same sort of treatment done on your vehicle, reach out to us, 978-263-9000. You can also email us at service@alphacars.com. We've got always exciting things in the shop. There's this F-150 work truck that is gonna have the frame evaluated for the rust. And this Lada, we might have seen this earlier in this video, but this is getting some of the same treatment. It's getting some refinishing done, and it'll have the Waxoyl put on it in the end, as the Waxoyl is such an impressive and long-lasting product. So with all that being said, this has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough Service Center. I want to thank you for watching this video. If it was helpful or interesting to watch, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so then you don't miss out on this latest motoring content.